here at the 2013 National Education Reform Summit, hosted by Governor Jeb Bush. We're talking with State Senator Clark Jolley of the state of Oklahoma. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us today.
Happy to do so.
So, can you tell us about your participation in the summit? What did you discuss on your panel?
My panel was talking about changing the grading system for school accountability systems. All states are required to have them, but some of them use different means and that parents might find hard to understand. And so one of the things that many states, including Oklahoma, has done is adopted A through F as a grading system for schools and for parents to be able to easily understand the academic performance of the school. Oklahoma previously had a 0 to 1500 scale, and it was very difficult to know if you had a 1354, was that a good score or a bad score? Where an A, B, C, D, F more readily explains the academic performance of the school.
So what are the benefits of transitioning to that system?
Well, the benefits, I think, first off, are making it easier for parents to understand exactly what it means when a school gets an A. That tells them exactly how that school is doing academically, that they're performing well, that their students are getting prepared for a college or career, that their students are on track for academic success. And if the schools are not doing as well, if they're on a C or a D or an F track, then it tells them that maybe they need to get more involved, that they need to take a greater amount of responsibility in those kids' education. Maybe they need to do more as a community to support their local school and help make it better.
So what are some of the characteristics of C, D, and F, or failing schools, as you would say?
I think first off, you have to look at the way Oklahoma has developed ours is we base it now 50% on academic achievement, but we also base 25% on growth and 25% on growth of those that are in the lowest quartile. So we really can look and see, okay, are there some schools that have really poor academic performance but are doing a great job on growth? If that's the case, then those schools, we need to do what we can to help them keep that growth from year to year. If it's a school that has great academics at the beginning of the year, but then has very little on the growth side, then we know that they need to do a better job of increasing the growth component to be able to make sure those students are making the learning gains that they need to be successful. So I think those are all factors that go into it.
So, speaking from economic terms or income disparities, like poor neighborhoods versus rich neighborhoods, what's the distribution of A's to F's in that range of economic?
You see districts that are in very rich neighborhoods that get B's, that get C's. You see some districts, some schools in very, very poor areas getting A's. There's Southeast High School in Oklahoma City probably is going to be an A school, I would suspect, this year, and that's not exactly the wealthy area of Oklahoma City. You've got, for example, KIPP School in Oklahoma City has traditionally been a tremendous performer. They are actually in the same building with a school that traditionally is lagging in academic achievement. I think it really has, while all of us I think know that students that have better preparation from their parents going into school are more likely to have academic success, they're not bound to that. You're not going to have a successful life only if that's the case, that you can have great teachers and great schools all over the place in both the urban areas and the suburban areas and in the rural areas that exceed expectations and are able to do a good job no matter where they are.
So you would say that your economic background isn't going to determine the status of a school?
I don't think, no. If that was the case, then we wouldn't have an A for a school that's in the same building with the same students, the same pool of community area that are going to be getting a D or an F. It's not determining. If that was the case, then we need to look at whether or not the funding that we're spending in education is really where the money needs to go, or do we need to redirect it to social services or something where you do have better control over those circumstances. I think to make the argument that because a student is born into certain circumstances, they're predestined to academic failure or academic challenges, it just doesn't bear out when you have great school, great principal, and great community involvement that is willing to tackle it and then do well despite of those odds.
Undercurrent under the surface makes the mainstream get so nervous. It's time for purpose, for news to serve us, not with propaganda they use to hide.